So to look to people who is around us, our neighbors, our friends, our co-workers, maybe our family members, in the same way God sees them. The same God looks at them. This is our task from the beginning, to be God co-workers, to plan things together with God. Because often we rely too much on our strength and what we think we can do. For example, there is somebody we like to discuss with him or with her, because maybe he's a Protestant, you like this kind of discussion, and so you think that to prove, to discuss the Bible, things you will succeed to change his or her mind. But actually, it's not about to evangelize. It's not mainly about having many discussions. And I would say that the Protestant, especially those who are very fervent already in their faith, who like to have this biblical discussion, well, we can have discussion with them. It's very good in a ecumenical spirit to look together for truth. That is very good, but it's not really the person we should try first to evangelize. Don't choose this kind of person as your goal, the person you would like to help. Because just it's very simple. This person maybe also, even though his church has not the complete truth, it's not really the church founded by God, there is some mistake inside, but if a person is already fervent, and then probably God will help this person, so it's not your business, because it's very difficult just by discussion to change people's mind unless they are willing really to search for truth. And I give an example. I have just this semester on my study, PhD on theology. There is a professor who is a doctor in theology and is a Protestant, a Lutheran, a person very intelligent and who engage in dialogue with other Protestant and with Catholics, ecumenical dialogue. And this person that is a doctor in theology, so knows a lot about Bible and theology. And finally, just this person 3 years ago is a professor, more or less 60-year-old. He decided to become Catholic, and he explained just that just searching for truth, for dialogue, he understood more and more where is the truth, and at the end he cannot deny it, cannot deny that the Catholic Church is the church founded by Jesus, who has the truth. So he decided that he cannot knowing the truth, he cannot stay there, he has to join this Catholic Church. But this is his own search, his own quest for truth. But if you want to evangelize, don't look for this kind of person. Look for people who are not fervent, people who are straying from the truth, people who don't go to church or are not Christian at all. They should know. So this is the people. And you should see if in your oikos there are some people like that. Because I'm sure that there is people who have doubts, who don't go to church, don't pray, don't believe, this kind of people. And maybe there are too many. And so you just should try to discern which one is the one, which one or two you should choose to pray for them and to serve them, to be kind, especially kind with them. And so this will be the object, your first task. Try to see these people in the same way that God sees them. Maybe if you just use your way of seeing, maybe some people you just don't like. You don't like the way they act, they speak, the way maybe they criticize you, they are not kind, or you have some tensions with them, so you will never think that you can evangelize them. But maybe God wants you to do something for them. So you should try just not to follow your feelings and this discernment, but you should try to take a time for prayer, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, it doesn't matter, but just to have this question that you give to God. Which one, God, you would like that I will evangelize, I will pray for, I will try to serve, I will try to bring him or her to you. So put this question to God, ask this question, and I'm sure God will lead you to understand. But we need humility. We need not to think in our way, but to try to see these people, especially if there is somebody who has a special a good disposition toward you, willing to listen. If it's somebody just every time it's just you talk with him just to quarrel, then it's difficult. But if somebody who maybe there is something special in his situation, so he needs some help, some advice, because he is living a difficult moment in his life or her life, and so on. So maybe there is something that God will show you, that he wishes you to take care of this person. And then you can start to do that. But to discern is very important. It takes a little bit of time, because sometimes just maybe we are more enthusiastic to talk with one because he likes to talk, or you like him, but maybe it's just talking. It's not what God has prepared, what God's want. And we should try to work with God, even though it costs us, but if it's more difficult, the reward will be greater. So don't just think it's easy or not, but just think, is a person that maybe God is leading you toward him or her. Maybe God is already opening the way, because he arranged some things happening in her life, or in you and your relationship. There is something that God is showing you the way, is opening the door. And if God is doing that, and you recognize in the prayer this, then you should not hesitate, and should start your task of praying for that person. And if you do that, you have already done a good job, because you have decided that you will not despise anymore that person. You will not find opportunity to quarrel, to criticize this person, but you should look for opportunity to help, to love, to serve, and maybe one day to talk with that person. So let us not hesitate, and let us, with the help of God, start.